Going on? How are you guys tonight? A little hot, a little sweaty. Just did my workout, and I'm actually breaking out a little bit on my face because I didn't stay hydrated. But just like a day or two of sun, my skin should be healed. If any of you guys have seen my past acne videos, I've showed you guys how, if you get sun for 2-3 days in a row at peak UVB index, your collagen turnover in your skin is very high. So you can pretty much heal your skin, heal any blemishes. A lot of people ask me about that too. How to heal your how to heal your skin from acne, and if you don't have the sun present, it's very difficult to do. It just takes a bit longer, maybe a week or two as opposed to a couple days. But how are you guys today? Hopefully some of Europe is joining me. I know it's a bit late over there. And today's video was the New York news, shadow banned as usual. And just doing the educational video tomorrow. Had a bunch of stuff to do today. Pretty boring day overall. I just don't feel so good. I just ate. I ate a lot before I worked out, and it's not sitting so well in my stomach right now. Does your routine work for complete noobs who don't have a strength foundation? Yeah, I mean, people are under the impression that you need a strength foundation to put on muscle, but that's not how it works. The routine is meant to put on as much muscle as quickly as possible for anyone. Collagen skin turnover and stretched out skin. I'm not really sure about loose skin or stretched skin or how that works. I'm not sure if prolonged fasting can use up protein tissue. I'm not sure if that's a possibility. Don't get too big. I don't really think I'm going to be putting on a crazy amount of muscle. Much more muscle, at least as a natural, so I'm not too worried about it. In general, the amount of volume people are doing for most workout routines is too low, but especially for bodybuilding routines, the amount of volume people typically do is like, it's multiple times too low, like 4 or 5 times too low. Having acne since I introduced more meat, my digestion has gotten better than when I was vegan. Maybe reduce the fat content initially. What's next with your contractor taking him to court? I don't really know. I haven't spoken to a lawyer yet. I'm exhausted with everything that's going on. I have to consult a lawyer to see what the best course of action is. Currently dating a vegetarian girl. I'm trying to get her to introduce more meat into her life. Yeah, I mean, people send me emails a lot trying to get health information for free, and I honestly really just don't have the time or the energy to give it away. Some kid was emailing me like, "Hey Frank, he was like asking for advice on how to date a vegan girl." I'm like, what the fuck is? Some people like just have no self-awareness whatsoever. They're emailing me if he should date a vegan girl. Well, as if I give a shit or have the time to respond to that. Does sunburn cause aging? Should you get out of the sun if you're getting slightly red? Well, the sun does cause damage to the skin, but the main purpose of vitamin A retinol is to heal the skin. So in a natural scenario, humans are meant to have a lot of skin collagen turnover from the sun, and there hasn't really been a period of time or a group of human beings that haven't spent their entire lives in the sun. So if anyone's saying that you need to stay in the sun to reduce aging, that might apply to the modern world where we're not getting enough nutrients. But if an indigenous person stayed out of the sun, would they have better skin? I don't really know. I know for a fact that almost every indigenous person of old age looks way better than older people right now. Your thoughts on Conor Murphy's 40-day fast? It's like all the other Mason pricks that just have a bunch of people shilling comments on other people's videos. Like someone does something crazy and tries to get 20 people to make a video about them to increase their viewer base. I genuinely contemplated pretending to be gay for my YouTube channel. That's like the shit Conor Murphy's doing on a lower. Like Conor Murphy probably faked all that crazy shit. Like imagine if I faked being gay to try to get more viewers and try to get. It probably wouldn't work. Everything I've done so far has backfired. and I've kind of revealed it as an idea. Can you please do an astroturfing guide, like how to spot one? Well, astroturfing, for those of you who don't know, is when a business starts up a new business under and they just change the name and the logo and the brand, but they're still selling the same product. So I think ButcherBox has done this with another meat company, because I forgot the name of it, but I think 2 or 3 weeks ago I was online browsing. I don't know how I came across it. I was looking up pictures of steaks to see what our steak should look like, and I came across a meat website, and they were selling the exact same meat ButcherBox was selling in the exact same packages, except it was just a different company name and a different brand name. So when someone is selling a product that another company is offering at a similar price, at a similar, like you guys know Blue Apron. Blue Apron probably rebranded to something else and did the same thing. The point is, when you have this company, imagine Frankie's Free Range Meat is, I mean, that's a brand. Like Frankie's Free Range Meat and our business concept and our brand isn't something that would ever, I mean, there's nothing else like it on the market, so it wouldn't be a good comparison to anything else. But let's say you have something like ButcherBox that isn't offering, it's basically offering stuff you can get from the supermarket, so people can get meat elsewhere. They're not offering a product that other people don't have. Same with Blue Apron. Blue Apron wasn't really giving you food that you couldn't get from the supermarket. So, if the company doesn't provide people something they can't acquire otherwise, generally speaking, the business is going to go down. And in order to build more business, you have this giant multi-million-dollar facility where you're packing food, you're sending out packages, and you're suddenly losing business. It only costs a few $1,000s to rebrand and relabel. So you just rebrand, relabel, and do the same thing. Change your products a bit. That's what you can do. We could have another meat company that sells the same products Frankie's Free Range Meat sells if we wanted to. We could do that. That's what astroturfing is. You have the infrastructure set up to operate a business, and you just slap another label on the product. Getting a vitamin D test on Thursday. Any tips for the day before? Yeah, well, first of all, if you're getting a vitamin D test, you shouldn't have been taking vitamin D supplements. My problem is I do research and I don't have a good memory, so I forget what I researched. There's 2 forms of vitamin D you can test in the blood. I think one is cholecalciferol and one is calcitriol, and one of them is active vitamin D and the other is precursor vitamin D. So you want to, I actually got both of them tested, and I don't think I got, actually, let me see if I got the results yet. Let me see if I got the results back already. I tested both because I wanted to see what my active and inactive vitamin D levels were. So I didn't get the results yet, but hopefully I can do a blood work video sometime next week. The supply chain is definitely breaking down. Anyone else notice that at the grocery stores? What do you mean by that? I mean, grocery stores were empty 5-6 months ago. That's when the grocery, what do you mean the supply chain is breaking down? You mean that grocery stores still can't get food in stock right now? Do you plan on selling cold processed plant protein? I mean, we don't know if we're going to do some type of cold processed whey in the future. I'm not really too sure on the logistics of cold versus heated whey digestibility. I have to look into that, as well as what temperature normal whey is processed at, and if it makes much of a difference. How long do you usually work out in one session? My workout's supposed to be an hour, but I've been doing more volume than my routine, and I've been not as focused lately, and mainly just doing more volume. So it's been taking me an hour and a half, but I'm supposed to spend about an hour and 10 minutes. My old routine, which didn't include glutes or didn't really include glutes and had a bit less volume in general, it took anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, but I increased the volume of my routine slightly. Yeah, the Streamlabs should work. You don't tan for a few days, you return to your natural skin tone. My face, since the skin is thinner on your face, my face starts getting paler quicker. My body will stay tan for at least a few months. How come these soy boys like Mike the Vegan have above average test levels according to their tests? All of these vegans are dirtbag shill liars that will sell their mother for $10. So they're all using HRT testosterone and not telling you. You can't actually really make hormones on a vegan diet. You can't. If Mike the vegan was actually following the diet he showed us, he can't make hormones because he's not really consuming any saturated fat and he's not eating cholesterol from animal foods. So he doesn't have any precursor nutrients for hormones. So if his testosterone is normal, he's injecting testosterone. You train lower body now? Yeah, I train glutes because some girls like my butt. Why can't I order on Frankie's free range meat? Just send me an email with the error. Best way to increase vitamin C. We did a video on vitamin C a month or two ago. I don't know why you guys keep asking me about drinking water from a copper cup. The amount of copper that would leach into the cup is insignificant unless you were taking bites out of the cup. Do tomatoes contradict? Generally speaking, consuming a plant food is not going to offset consuming an animal food regardless of the anti-nutrients unless it's some really unusual plant food in large amounts. Are grass-fed glands nutritious? Usually very hard to access. And it depends on how they were processed. I'm trying to figure out if glands need to be freeze-dried or if they can be dried in other ways. Oh, look, it's French Carnivore. What's up, buddy? We haven't seen you in a long time. How is Gina? Gina's doing okay. Gina's been getting more and more belligerent with the food, which I'm not too happy about. Very obsessive with the food. She wakes up at like 6 a.m. to have the oatmeal. And it was insane. Like, I walked upstairs at 6 a.m. and she was downstairs like pouring water on the oatmeal. And about 30 seconds later, she like walked upstairs and she must have inhaled the oatmeal in like 20 seconds flat. Did you also get bicuspid extraction? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it means you get some teeth taken out, but I did not get any teeth taken out when I had my jaw surgery. I got a couple x-rays at the dentist. Will I be fine, or am I super radioactive now? Yeah, I mean, getting an x-ray is never a good idea unless it's completely necessary to, like, for some life-saving procedure. Is it bullshit when they say the sun gives you more radiation? It's a different spectrum, completely different. It's not it's UVB damaging the skin cells. It's not the same type of the field. It's not a radio wave like EMF or Wi-Fi. It's the totally different field. They're measuring the levels of fields on a spectrum that doesn't make sense if it's a different field. UVB from the sun at X level is different than Wi-Fi at X level. It's two different types of radiation. It's like trying to measure, throwing a water balloon this size on someone's foot and a bowling ball this size on someone's foot. Yeah, they're around the same size, but one weighs about 1,000 times more than the other and it'll crush your foot. That's like what you're doing by comparing UVB to Wi-Fi on the same spectrum. I did a video titled, "Is non-ionizing radiation harmful?" How come she is so obsessed with food? I don't know. She has sometimes, you know how people joke when they have OCD? I think my sister legitimately has OCD and my parents haven't really addressed it. She becomes very obsessive with any behaviors that she starts, but generally speaking, if you take it away from, I mean, in the past, if we've taken it away from her, she'll be okay. Initially, though, it'll be hard. Like, she obsesses about books and always carries like 15 to 20 books around with her at once. She obsesses about food and always talks and thinks about food. She has very obsessive behavior. It's hate women. It should be streamlabs.com/Frank Tufano with the number 2. It's the link in the description. Is wild caught yellowfin tuna polluted? I mean, it's a leaner fish. I think yellowfin is a smaller type of tuna. It's not the end of the world if you have it once in a while. There's definitely fish that are way worse, and I wouldn't worry too much about it. What are Gina's favorite books? Oh man, she has so many. I don't know. Am I nuts to eat green organic stevia powder? I mean, it depends on what you're using it for. I don't really know if a lot of research has been done on the long-term effects of that or the chemical molecular composition objectively. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab some more water. You need to work on your upper chest. I mean, I don't understand why people tell me that stuff when I only work out my upper chest. Try ice showers if you're having trouble sleeping. The one time I took a cold shower, I did, like an actual longer cold shower, I did pass out right afterwards. I should have got a second bottle instead of just one. Do you wear blue light glasses? I'm not sure how much of a difference the blue light makes as opposed to EMF reduction. I think the blue light glasses are kind of like the blue light glasses were kind of like a way to get people to turn their electronics off without telling people the dangers of Wi-Fi and EMF. And do you ever eat food that your parents cook? I mean, no. Well, that hasn't happened in years and years and years. The optimal dose of vitamin C is indicated by bowel tolerance. You might need 30 grams of vitamin C a day to reach that. That is not true at all. Your body, even just 250 milligrams of vitamin C per day is already more than most people can use. The body doesn't utilize that much vitamin C at once. Is eating only well done meat bad? I mean, I really don't understand how anyone can only eat well done meat, because I can't even eat a bite of it. It just grosses me out. Why do people still use tins, pans so bad for you? Aluminum? No, they don't know how bad aluminum is. A spoon of salmon oil before bed helps me sleep. I mean, yes, the fish oil can be pretty high in histamine. You think there will be more riots and protests coming? I mean, as I said in, was it today's video or another day's video? Who knows what types of crazy stuff they're going to do a few months from now. If the sheeple are still compliant and allow them to enact their agenda so easily, they're just probably going to be full force. Aluminum is always bad. You shouldn't use anything aluminum. Yeah, when most people get teeth removed, their face ends up being worse. I anticipate people getting shot in September by BLM and Antifa. I mean, I don't. I mean, taking digestive enzymes might help with the well-done meat, but it still just grosses me out, and it's pretty hard on digestion. Massive stomach pains from eating red meat, even grass-fed. Well, you have to try out other food sources, other sources of the red meat, and see if you still have the problem. The only ones that will survive a second quarantine are millionaires and girls with OnlyFans. Yeah, well, I think every girl right now has gotten an OnlyFans, and it's actually pretty funny because every single reasonably attractive girl is making more money than she would have been able to make with any other career choice without actually having to touch another human being. Frankie's gonna have to start an OnlyFans soon. I mean, it would compromise my businesses, so I can't really do that. What would you feed your dog if you had one? Raw meat. After doing high dose vitamin C to bowel tolerance, I could quit asthma attacks. I mean, I can try high vitamin C for. I can try high vitamin C for a couple days to see how I like it. I'd probably have to fast though. Last time I did I mean, I've read a lot of negatives about high dose vitamin C, but so many people keep talking about the benefits. I haven't made an OnlyFans. Well, Elizabeth, you're definitely in the minority. In a few years, every girl will have one. Foods high in K2 whiten teeth. Tooth health has to do with nutrients, K2 being one of them. Would you ever get a dog? I don't have the time for a dog. I mean, if I had a farm, I'd probably have to get a dog, but you need a dog for certain, like, to keep. You need a dog on a farm to like to protect sheep and for certain animals. Would you lose weight faster if you eat a 4-hour time window as opposed to 7 hours, even if calories were equal? Probably because the gut motility would be lower with the 7 hours, so you digest less food in the 4-hour time window, so you probably lose weight quicker. How much money you have to make from OnlyFans to consider doing it? I'd probably make a lot of money if I did it. Mainly because I have a large following already. I'd probably make a ton of money doing it, but I don't think it'd be worth it in the long run. Because you're putting your money in the hands of another platform. If you want your house to smell like piss, get a dog. I probably wouldn't let the dog in the house. I'd probably have him in his own little room. You have a plan? How many? Yeah, I have a farm plan written up. The main issue is finding the farm property. How many animals you want on a farm? How much what the infrastructure has to be, the farm plan, all that type of stuff is pretty simple. The difficult part is finding a farm in a good location with the land that you want. Get a pond on the farm to stock fish. Most farms would have a pond. I don't know if you'd be able to put fish in them. A lot of fish need salt water. 500 grams of liver a week is a sensible amount. Way too much. Maybe you could take that much liver for a month or two, but then you might run into issues. I went to a butcher shop near my house. They didn't even have grass. I mean, a lot of modern butcher shops don't really sell grass-fed meat from what I've seen. You have to go to like a specialty butcher shop or like a Whole Foods or something. If we don't need fiber, what about gut bacteria? It depends on gut microbiome. Most people do need fiber in some capacity at some point in time, unless they're lucky and don't run into gut issues. Don't do OnlyFans. The only reason I can't bring myself to doing that is because I'm smarter than everyone else. I'm smarter than the people that do nutrition on YouTube, let alone these monkeys that do OnlyFans. I'm gonna start a community with no Wi-Fi and Frank as the mayor. I think that'd be pretty close to what the Amish people do, right? The Mennonites. The funniest shit is vegans taking fiber supplements. You know your stomach's fucked up if you're vegan and you're taking fiber supplements. A group of youngsters in my country have gone crazy watching Earthling Ed. Hey, Earthling Ed's doing his job as the paid shill for the vegan movement. Earthling Ed. It's so fucking staged. Are you getting your money back from that scam guy? I mean, I'm going to talk to a lawyer. I don't know if it's worth it. You pay a lawyer a few $1,000. There's no guarantee you can collect on the guy. Man, I overcooked my meat earlier and I feel so sick. I feel like vomiting. I'm never going to eat that again if I do that. Maybe I just need some higher calcium water. I'll drink this. There's a lot of controlled opposition on YouTube. The bigger the channel, the more likely they're controlled. There's a big controlled opposition video yesterday. That black African doctor talking about hydroxychloroquine. I made a video on hydroxychloroquine about 3 or 4 months ago saying it's poison. And then all the shills, including some carnivores, talked about how hydroxychloroquine was good. Dr. Berg talked about how hydroxychloroquine was good. I made a video saying it was poison. A study revealed about a month ago that hydroxychloroquine had worse mortality rates than people that didn't use it. Excuse me. This carbonated water makes me burp so much. And then this doctor came out the other day, like completely controlled opposition video, saying hydroxychloroquine plus zinc protects it. But no, hydroxychloroquine makes Wi-Fi radiation worse and takes more oxygen out of the cell. Whole Foods Market meat any good? No. Why are some people so sensitive with food? It has to do with gut permeability. Frank and his fans do remind me of the Amish. The Amish are smart, especially with their suspicion of technology. Do you plan on taking creatine? No. creatine really helps for strength a lot and retain a bit more weight, but I don't use it. I'm not interested. I mean, I'll take like vitamin and mineral supplements, but I'm not interested in taking anything artificial, like outside of the realm of what's possible naturally. And I consider creatine unnatural, even though it's a little crazy. I mean, if I was on creatine, I'd be probably 25% stronger. I'm really weird. For some reason, I'm like a hyper responder to creatine. Like if I'm not on creatine, I can only rep out like 185 on bench. But if I do use creatine, I can rep out like 225 on bench. So it's a pretty drastic strength difference. And instead of being around 150, 155 pounds, when I use creatine, I'm like 165, 170 pounds. So I do retain a lot more water, and I'm a lot stronger when I do use creatine. I know Accutane is so bad. Well, Accutane is basically a poisonous dose of vitamin A. So if you want to poison yourself with vitamin A, you should probably eat a half a pound of liver every day and see how that goes. I mean, if people knew what Accutane was, basically vitamin A poisoning, people could just eat a bunch of liver every day until you get vitamin A poisoning. At least with the liver, you're getting B vitamins, copper, and other nutrients that might fix your acne. But acne has to do with gut permeability, and you have to address nutrient imbalance and fix the gut, which is very difficult to do. Have you experimented with glutathione supplements? I've used them a lot when I've gotten headaches. I mean, the headache went away, but I also took a bunch of other things with it. Not sure if I've noticed the benefits specifically from taking glutathione on its own. You still rub D3 on your balls? I probably should right now. Thanks for reminding me. Can the B vitamins from nutritional yeast be absorbed? I did a video on nutritional yeast. You can check out some months back. Is creatine bad for you then? I did a video on creatine over a year ago, I think. It was really shadow banned because they don't like it when you talk negatively about certain supplements. Man, my stomach is so, I don't know why I feel like I got a lump in my stomach from that overcooked meat. I haven't really felt like this after eating something before. Didn't you say you almost had a heart attack from Adderall and caffeine? Yeah, I'm pretty sure my heart stopped in my car once. Someone is trying to get me to watch Game Changers. Yo, on our Halloween vlog, the Halloween vlog I did, the thumbnail is like a picture of some guy in a McDonald's costume. Go watch that video because the guy was like, "Bro, I'm going vegan. I just watched the Game Changers." It was surreal. It was surreal. Like on our Halloween vlog, I saw. I don't know why I ran over to the guy. Because he was probably wearing a McDonald's costume and that was in a vlog. I don't remember why. I think it had something to do with vegan. So that was was it the Halloween vlog? Or wasn't the Halloween vlog where I went on a date with that girl? I think we did two vlogs. Oh, I think that might have been in the vlog with the date with that girl. Never mind. How many drops of your D3 supplement do you use? Only 1 or 2 on my testicles. Because I get a lot of sun. Are you going to continue selling emu oil for K2? I'm trying to get the products made. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I might just make the products myself. I'm not sure yet. I have to figure something out within a few weeks because people really want the supplements and I'm losing money by not selling them. How do you see yourself how do you see your way of eating in a year's time? In less than a year, I'm probably gonna, within a few months, I'm probably gonna try to move to lean meat and fruit as soon as my stomach's ready for it. Hopefully before the end of the year, move to lean meat and fruit. Do you think supplementing D3 is dangerous? Yeah, but it's better than not getting it. What do you think? Joe Rogan moving to Texas. He's getting out of Los Angeles because it's turning into a Wi-Fi hellhole. What do you think? I mean, it seems like all of these elite shills are moving to Texas. Maybe we should move to Texas. If the elite shills are moving to Texas, they know something I don't know. Study saying liver increases retinoic acid more than supplements at the same dose. Yeah, of course it would, because liver is in the animal form. It's more available, and it has nutrients that are synergistic with vitamin A, which will increase absorption. Do I use mouthwash? No. From meat boy to fruit boy. Can I come over, baby? Is the water in fruit structured? Is that why fruit is so hydrating? I mean, a lot of aspects of fruit are hydrating. The glucose, the potassium, the vitamin C. A lot of fruit is stuff your body needs, and it's not stressful on the body. Thoughts on raw liver pills? I see a lot of carnivore people do. I sell liver pills on organsupplements.com. I think most people overdo the liver, though. Why potato is better than sweet potato? Yeah, sweet potato. One reason sweet potato doesn't digest too well is because it has too much carotene. You sleep with a towel on your pillow to prevent acne. Yeah, you want to replace the towel every 1 or 2 nights. Otherwise, you can break out. I mean, they're all in the club. Joe Rogan's in the club. Everyone's in the club. They're all just misleading the public to their crazy, evil agenda. How much truth is there to calories when it comes to gaining or losing weight? I'm gonna do a video on that soon. Is fermented dairy good enough to keep the gut microbiome healthy? Yeah, I mean, yogurt and kefir have a really good probiotic profile. Yeah, I do ship the supplements to Canada. Keep getting elevated heart rate when I go outside. I can't spend more than 15 minutes before I need to come back into the AC. There's 2 possibilities. One, you're overheating, which is unlikely. Even when it's 100 degrees outside, I can usually lay out in the sun for about half an hour without wanting to go back inside and drink some cold water. My heart rate does get elevated sometimes when I'm out in the sun. I mean, you are causing oxidative stress to your skin, nitric oxide pathways. It's going to increase your blood pressure and your heart rate. But what you really want to make sure is that you're not in a high Wi-Fi environment. I used to tan by the side of my parents' house, and the reason I was getting headaches because my neighbor had a smart meter right there. And then when I moved to the other part of my backyard, I was able to tan without getting headaches anymore. You go in high carb for the iron overload. Iron overload is a big cause of acne because it's oxidation. That's why all it takes is a bit of omega-6 from chicken fat. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably... The reason I'm probably going to have to not go carnivore anymore is because it seems like fixing this iron overload problem is going to be a long-term thing. It might take until the end of next year. And right now, with my current gut motility, I'm not really able to eat that much because the honey just jams me up. How many years did I have braces? When I was younger, from like 13 to 15, and then when I was older, like 2 years before my jaw surgery. So 4 years total. I had braces, probably 5. What would your diet be if you were completely healthy? Well, I don't know if I'm ever going to be completely healthy, so we'll have to figure that one out. Is the Apple Store a high Wi-Fi environment? People have different vulnerability to Wi-Fi, susceptibility to Wi-Fi. Why can you ship the supplements to Canada but not meat? Because if the homos at the border want to douche themselves with my supplements, they won't go bad. But if the homos at the Canadian border want to douche themselves with my meat, the meat needs to be frozen, so it's going to go bad. If you take phytic acid supplements on an empty stomach, it can chelate unbound iron out of your body. Not sure how true that is. Haven't heard anything about murder hornets in a while. I bet they're actually your special honeybees that you're enslaving. I saw this giant ass bug when I was filming a video this morning, landed like on the rocks next to me, and it looked like some type of fucking mutant robot bug that Bill Gates would send to inject you with something. Is low fat bad for hormones? Iron overload is bad for hormones, so it's more important to fix that. I mean, I don't know if I'm really going low fat because I'm still eating like 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of red meat per day, so there's probably still some fat in the red meat. I wouldn't say my diet is. I'm still getting fat in my diet. What days do you ship on? We ship Monday through Wednesday on Frankie's Free Range Meat. More podcasts, please. I mean, there's no one really I can have on the podcast that isn't a shill. The function of podcast is just for Freemasons to jerk each other off and give each other viewers and business. We ever sell kosher grass-fed meat? We sell halal. The beach is being shut down because of the shark sightings. Yo, I saw that earlier. I was talking shit to my parents. I was like, "You motherfuckers believe this dog shit?" And they did. And I was like, "Oh, this is what it's very obvious what happened. They fucking couldn't get people off the beaches, so they faked shark attacks. I don't see any fucking sharks. The sharks they put on the news story were from SeaWorld. There was a literal fucking SeaWorld logo next to the shark they showed. Oh no, there was a 10-foot shark in the water. A 10-foot fucking shark couldn't bite my pinky off. It's such bullshit. It's so comically obvious that they staged the shark attacks to get people off of the beaches. And even if there are shark attacks, like, okay, then people just won't go in the water. It's such fucking dog shit. They'll make up anything. They don't want people congregating and talking about the truth. Because people are dumbed down at this point. It's so fucking stupid. I mean, at this point, don't people want to get eaten by a fucking shark? At least they'll have something exciting happen to them. Great whites are regular sharks. They're saying great white sharks are attacking people on New York City beaches. It's the most retarded shit I've ever seen in my life. I bet you there hasn't even ever been a great white shark near New York. If great white shark tries to go to New York, it'll fucking choke on like some type of fucking cocaine needle before it even gets into the city. We should go vlog and find a shark in the ocean. Dress up as a giant seal and start going swimming in the Long Island Sound. Would you fight a silverback for $10 million? I mean, I need details. Do I get a weapon? Do I have to win? How much does the gorilla weigh? How do you feel for the people who've been awakened to this nonsense for a while? Yeah, why didn't you fucking idiots tell me so I could have prepared for it? Cocaine needle is a really dumb thing to say. I was thinking about that after I said it, but you guys know what I meant. I'll dress up as a seal for you. Bare hands, no weapon. In a cage. The only way you'd be able to like kill a gorilla is if like you shoved your arm down its throat and choked it to death. Probably come out with a few might try to, I don't know, you have, who knows what it'll do to you. When 5 grams is rolled out, do you think it would be a good idea to invest in companies related to sleep products, headache medicine? Hell yeah. That's actually a really good idea. I would have done that years ago. If I knew now what I knew about Wi-Fi, if I knew years ago what I knew about Wi-Fi now, I would have invested in companies that sell sleep medication and headache. Can someone send me a list of stocks and companies that sell that specific type of medication, like NyQuil and headache medication and calcium channel blockers too? If those haven't already skyrocketed, they're going to. Well, you can't. Well, it takes so long to get into Canada. You can't ship the meat there. You can't ship 2-day shipping to Canada. It's impossible. What are you guys, like 12 years old? You're talking about a gorilla fighting a lion? Is all prescription medication toxic? The only time I've really touched on prescription medication is I've talked about how antihistamines cause memory loss. If you get that list, could you send it to me, please? I doubt anyone's gonna actually send me something. It'd probably be pretty easy to figure out with Google. People are saying that God is going to rapture us this September, while with the 5G that they installed in the churches. When you get meat from a farm, you have to take it to a butcher, then you can take it home. What are you talking about? Usually, the farmer will have their animals processed at a butcher shop. When anyone talks about being against most meds, big pharma, even the carnivore and keto doctors support hydrochloroquine, so they're supposed to be the controlled opposition, the good guys, and they're still telling you to take medication. Do you plan on selling other organs such as pancreas? We're trying to get some stuff. Synthroid or desiccated thyroid for Hashimoto's. There's probably other lifestyle factors you have to fix if you're having thyroid issues. I sweat a lot and get extremely bad headaches after being outside and exercising hard, even though I drink a lot of water. It might just be, well, one, it depends on what diet you're on. if you're not consuming some form of available glucose, try that first. You might just be in a high Wi-Fi area. That might be why you're getting headaches. I did a video on thyroid. I mean, the nutrition of the cheese depends on the quality of the initial milk. It's not that important. You know, most raw cheeses are heated to some amount to make them, but the more important part is you have an ample amount of cooked and raw foods in your diet and fermented foods. Are gyms requiring masks when you work out? I mean, none of the gyms in New York are open. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube of people in other states that they aren't really wearing masks in the gym. They're already killing my grandpa with statins. He already had a heart attack last year. Yeah, I mean, people are so arrogant and stupid and appeal to authority so much. You can watch your family get killed right before your eyes and they won't listen to you. Scammers are selling pendants that supposedly block Wi-Fi. Yeah, I think I have to make a video on that. I was going to try to wait until I had some EMF products to sell myself to tell people that the pendants are scamming them. And I think I will. And I'm going to tell people that if you're a dumbass and you bought a pendant, send me the receipt and I'll give you a discount on my stuff. How are gyms going to survive? Well, these fucking gym liquidation auctions, you can't buy gym equipment. You can't buy gym equipment. People are paying out their ass for gym equipment. People spent a fuckload of money on gym equipment, man. People in New York area have no problem dropping 5-10 grand on gym equipment right now. You can't buy any equipment, so the gym equipment sales are fine. Any gyms that go out of business and want to liquidate, they can sell all their equipment at top dollar right now. But no, gyms aren't going to survive. The gyms are going to go out of business. They can get a decent price for the weights because they'll be able to sell them probably. I think there's going to be a gym equipment shortage in the New York area for the next year at least. But I would invest in iron or some type of commodity. Have you tested the EMF of a Tesla? I've been wanting to. I had a couple copies of my book, and I left a copy of my book on several Tesla windshields with a note on the inside, and I didn't get a response from anyone. So maybe I just got to find someone with a Tesla and ask them if I can measure the levels. Where's the halal section of meat on Frankie's website? Most of the meat is halal. The only meat that's not halal on Frankie's Free Range Meat is the local ground beef and maybe a few other things. Most of the meat's halal, though. Did LASIK get your eyes to 20/20? My vision's off because my left eye sees differently than my right eye because they did different procedures on each eye. I could see pretty good, but I don't have like superhuman vision or anything. How's the Wi-Fi erectile dysfunction? I had a problem last week. I don't even want to tell this story. We'll keep it PG this live stream. And we get to bed reasonably early. I gotta get to bed. Maybe. I don't know if I want to film my video tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll see. Well, I don't know. You guys are having your own chat tonight, so we'll wrap this up in a few minutes. Box stores, Costco not enforcing masks. I haven't really seen anyone not wearing a mask in public. When I was at that auction the other day, a few people like were taking their mask off and not really caring. Where else did I see people not caring about a mask? I mean, in some places people are like just fucking over the mask, but oh no, and I went out to dinner the other night in the restaurant in New York City, and everyone in the outside dining area, no one was wearing a mask. All the waiters and the wait staff in the restaurant were wearing a mask, but the people eating were not. My mom and dad are going to buy a BMW i8. Oh no, the Wi-Fi is definitely high in the new cars because of the devices in them. I'm sure you can get a new car and then have the Wi-Fi device uninstalled. Have you helped people with Crohn's disease? Yes. You have to wear a mask in the US. I think New York mandated it. I keep a mask with me and I wear it when I go into a store and then I take it off when I go out. Technically speaking, a store is a private property, so if you're not wearing a mask, they can kick you out. Do you eat the lamb brains from your company raw? I mean, I have, but I usually always recommend poaching, at least the outside. Buy Frankie's Naturals products on Amazon. I have to get the products listed on Amazon. I keep saying I'm going to. I'll try to do it this week. The problem is, as I've spoken about before on the live stream, if you sell a $12 product on Amazon, Amazon takes like $3 or $4, which is a huge margin. Like if they take $5 on a $30 product, that's way different than $2 or $3 on a $12 product. Hey Grace, have a good night. Schmovid Weinstein. Or can I get mastic gum? I mean, Amazon, eBay. Can women eat lamb brain? Yeah, why not? I mean, if you went in the store without a mask in New York, they'd kick you out. You probably couldn't even get in the store. Most stores have someone standing in the front, not letting people in without a mask. They have signs on the front of the store, don't come in without a mask. Is there third-party verification for making sure your grass-fed is grass-fed? We know our meat's grass-fed. If there was reliable agrochemical testing, we would love to get all of the meat tested every single time. I'm not really. I mean, our meat, the sources we get them from, we know they're not getting fed any grain. New Jersey gym owners arrested for defying COVID order. It's comical. Like Whole Foods is third-party verified. Well, Whole Foods sells fucking cheap conventional meat, so why do you give a shit if they're third-party verified if they're selling you shit? Mastic gum's kind of expensive, yeah. You can tell grass-fed just from the look. Yeah, if anyone tries to start questioning whether or not my meat is grain-fed, I'll actually start selling them fucking. If you Mason pricks keep trying to gaslight me that my meat is grain-fed, I'm gonna start a carnivore beef box and I'm gonna sell fucking grain-fed meat. I swear to God, I will fucking do it. I'll dress up as a fucking stupid-ass cowboy and I will sell you grain-fed meat. I'll sell you that dog shit ribeye for $5 a pound. I'll fucking do it. Then you'll really fucking know if my meat's grass-fed or not. Stupid assholes. What's up with the flavored Warrior bars? Are you selling them? Are we still sold out? Sorry if you already answered, but your thoughts on adrenal gland supplements? I've tried eating adrenals. I haven't noticed a difference. I'm going to experiment more. Yeah, I have a couple videos on iron overload. My mom only lets me buy products from Amazon. Yeah, I can get them listed on Amazon soon. I care more about the freshness of the kill than grain fed. Well, yeah, but fresh meat doesn't. Fresh meat has has much less taste. How about Omaha steaks? I mean, it's grain fed stuff, conventional stuff. Do you like mango? I don't know if I've ever had a mango. Is your mom Jeff Bezos? That's a great question. Uh, so we're gonna wrap this up, guys. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment on my main channel, and I'm gonna try to get some rest. Hopefully, I sleep, and we'll have a video for tomorrow for you guys.